Everybody, how's it going? Just gonna wait till we get a little more viewers before we get started here. Can we get more viewers? Come on, guys. Let's get up to 25. Alright, everybody, so we'll go ahead and just get started here. I don't want to keep the guys who are here bored. Let me just make sure everybody's... Alright, I'll go ahead and get started either way. Alright, so what you're seeing right now is the new loading screen. Some of you may be familiar with it in the testing branch. I hope I'm not talking too loud or anything. You guys let me know. But what we did was try and get loading as good as possible, so for it to work as well as possible to prevent crashes. We did this by having basically all the buildings loaded in right now. So as you're saying this, the scene is running in the background, but all the buildings are loading in. And we've made a system so that if you have a more powerful computer, it will detect that, and it'll load all the buildings in the beginning. If you have a lower power system, it'll only the buildings around where you are, so it won't take as long, but you might have a little bit of lag in the game when you drive around as more buildings are loading in. But there's ways to improve that, and we're doing the best that we can. And then one thing you'll notice now is that some of the buildings won't be textured in the beginning. We did this to save loading time and processing time. So as you play the game, the buildings will start to get textured, and we're finding the sweet spot in our internal settings to find out, what amount of textures to load in what amount of time to keep the performance at a good rate, but also keep things loading in. So this whole time one of the things we've been doing is setting up this asynchronous loading system, which should definitely help everybody run the game. It's complex and it took a long time to do, but it should help definitely. So once the game is done, once it's at the end of the loading, it might take a few seconds as it finalizes everything, but just be patient. Hopefully it won't crash anybody's systems like it used to. But I do want to go over a lot of things, so I know a lot of things have been going on. Some that you guys might know of and some that others might not know of. So we're at 35 people, not bad. Audio's all good. Alright, so one thing I wanted to address first before we get started here is our lack of communication with the community, which it's mostly my fault. I've had a lot going on in the last few months, and the only thing that's affected is my communication with the community. But I can guarantee you we've been doing a lot on the game, and I'm about to show you everything that we have been doing. From now on, I'm going to definitely get better with the communication, because I can see the effect that it has on a lot of you guys, that we don't keep you guys updated with everything. Mostly it's been me just trying to get everything done for 0.5 to get it out publicly. And every little thing that we've done and fixed, I don't want to have to be like, oh, we fixed this and that, you know, so. But there's a lot of very big things that we've done to the game, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. Let me see. Okay, we got 50 people, nice. So I'll go ahead and get started. So first thing, like I showed you guys, the loading. You saw some of the buildings weren't textured, but now they are. So you'll see these, they're not textured. But within a few seconds, they'll be textured along with other buildings on the map. Alright, so this is a subway call. I want to show you guys something else. So, I'll go ahead and show you something pretty cool. One thing we've done is redone ladder 6-8. It's not a new rig, but it's the same truck, but it looks completely different. Different design, a much nicer look. I'll go ahead and pull it out so you guys can check it out. Another thing we've done is when you press F to get in the truck, it'll automatically open the door, and your character will get in, and then it'll automatically close the door. So eventually we're going to integrate the animations into that so that you can climb in the truck instead of just teleporting into the seat. So you can take a look at the truck. Let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah, so you can see the truck, it looks very nice. We added a bunch of decals and things like that. This is a new ladder 6-8. I know a lot of you wanted a new truck, which eventually I'll get there, but the time I'd have to put into that would be time that's better spent on something else. So I'm going to go ahead and respond to a building that I want to show you guys. Oops. I went the wrong way, but it's alright, I'll just go left. Oh. So the next thing I haven't really shown anybody. I'm excited to show it all to you guys. It's something we've been working on since I was in New York and we just got wrapped up. Another thing that I fixed was all of the cracks in the map, places where you could see through the sidewalk, like in the corners of the sidewalk in the street. I went through the map and I fixed all of those. I fixed any decals on the street that were floating. It's weird, I don't know why the lights look like that. Oh, I know exactly why actually. I will fix that. Okay, so I'll show you guys this building instead. So one thing that we have done is, I'm excited to show this. So one thing for sure before we go into this is that we now reintegrated first person view into the third person controller. So you just press V and you're in first person view. You can zoom out, you can zoom in if you need to. You can look around. Same with the third person view, you can zoom in, field of view, zoom out to your liking. So as we go in here, one thing I want you to notice is the sprinkler, the smoke detector, the fire alarm back there, the master panel for the fire alarms. So you can see as we get close it says reset alarm. This is what is going to replace the automatic alarm emergencies. So in some emergencies you're going to have an actual fire or smoke condition, and some it's just going to be a false alarm. So you'll have these pool alarms where you can walk up to them. This one's kind of in the wall a little too much. But if I press E, you can see it sets off the alarm. And this will be in every building that has a interior like this one. So you can see this one is very, very similar to the ammunition buildings in Grand Theft Auto, but it's just a building right for us to use right now. So if I press E, you can see it turns off the alarm. So one thing I wanted to show you was also the smoke alarm and the sprinkler system, which is again 100% functional. So if there's a fire in here and it's close enough to the sprinkler system, it'll set it off. So now if I wanted to turn that off, just reset the alarm for now. But that sprinkler system will somewhat extinguish the fire. So you can see that the smoke alarm works as well. There will be one of these in most residential buildings, and sprinkler system in most commercial buildings and residential hallways. So I just reset the alarm, and there you go, we're back to normal. So what I wanted to show you guys was that in that other building we have the same system. It looks kind of weird, just ignore how it looks. The problem is basically that two of the same buildings spawn inside of each other, that's why it looks all flickery. So if I were to go inside, you'll see we've got the same sprinkler systems. So I reset them. It looks and sounds really loud because there's two of the same buildings inside of each other, so. But that is the very first two setups of our fire alarm and sprinkler and smoke detector system, and I look forward to really replacing all of these random emergency automatic alarm calls with calls that you have to investigate and go in and reset the panel. So let me see where I want to show you guys this. This will work actually. Let me go somewhere else to show you this. So I'm going to make a Fire Academy video on this next part, but I figured those on the live stream would be the first to see it. I'll go ahead and show it on this street. Lots of fire escapes. Alright, so as you guys may have remember, I mentioned that we were working on portable ladders, which we have, and we've got a great system. So we got 4 different ladders here. As you can see on the top left of the screen, the UI is kind of a little buggy, but we've got different size extension and straight ladders. So I can select either one with the 1, 2, or 1 through 4. So what I'll do is I'll select the first one first, and I'll show you if I can even reach any of these. I'll reach onto the top of this awning right here, at least. So I walk over to where I want to place it. Doesn't matter, I can place it anywhere I want. I'll press F. He'll put the ladder down. I press Q. He'll start pulling the rope to extend it. So this is the smaller extension ladder. So if I press F again, once I have it extended to the point I want, it will start falling down and lean onto whatever surface I'm aiming for. From there I can press C, and I'll start climbing up. And voila, I'm on the awning. So that's the use. You can also, you can walk up it, or you can climb back down like this. The cool thing about being able to walk on these ladders is if, let's say, you're between two buildings, or a staircase or something gave way, you can use a ladder and walk across it. You don't necessarily need to climb it. So I'll pull out the larger extension ladder, which we can get to, for example, a fire escape, or if it's a smaller building, a rooftop. I'll use it to get onto this scaffolding here. Now press F, and I missed. Probably need to extend it some more. I'll try that again. Oops. Let's try that. There we go. Perfect. So now we'll climb up. Now we are on the scaffolding. So now we'll go back down. I'll show you the last two ladders. Are you guys able to see the gameplay? It's not working on my end, but just let me know if you guys can actually see it.
Hey.
Hey. Both of you guys here?
What?
You're both here? Oh no, Carlo's gone.
No.
Okay.
I'm
I mean,
it's Carlo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Carlo's here, my bad guys. Donut was finishing eating up his dinner. He'll be on in a second. It's fag. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if you're seeing the stream, Carlo, but I'm doing a stream right now.
Okay.
But I'm just keeping everybody updated on what we've been doing, because people have been curious. So this is one of the straight ladders. I need to reposition the way he carries it so it's even. But for example, if I wanted to climb up to this fire escape right here, I could do so. I don't know why it's black. I have to fix the metal shader on that. That's just, you know, a few of the bugs that we have. But if I wanted to climb back down, so as you guys can tell, since we started firefighting mechanics, we started with mostly truck company stuff. So the K12 saw, Halligan forcible entry, portable ladders now, ladder mechanics on the fire truck, and so now you know what's next, which is engine company mechanics. So that means putting out the fire, and we're excited to show that very, very soon. I don't know if this ladder will reach up there, but this ladder doesn't have much use. It's very short, so you probably won't be using it unless you're trying to cross something. I don't know. But whenever we're ready, we can put the ladders back into the truck. Let me just disable traffic real quick so we don't have guys crashing into the back of our truck. And so on and so forth, but I won't bore you guys with putting ladders back. But that's how the portable ladders work. Like I said, I'll do a better Fire Academy video on that after this video. But I guess I can show you guys. Whoa. Let me see if I can so we're gonna go ahead and respond to this fire, and we'll just do it like as if we were playing, and that way we can see where our portable ladders and stuff come in handy, and go ahead and take this as an opportunity to show the gameplay at its current state, and also be able to test this build. If all goes well, this build will go live today, as long as no major bugs appear. But we feel like we're ready to finally get 0.5 out. Let me turn traffic back on. Oh yeah, another thing that I did was I finally added opening and closing doors and compartments on all the police cars and ambulances as well. And I fixed the first person views on those as well, so I'll show that in a little bit. I'm just gonna, from here I'm just gonna play the game like as if I were playing. You guys can watch and see some of the new stuff. Yeah, so it looks like we got a job here. 3rd floor. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get the bucket up. Is that you, Donut?
Who else would it be, man?
Also, I wanted to give you guys an update on the situation with the development team. We mentioned that we had hired a new developer, but unfortunately he had to quit because he didn't have a system capable of really working on the project. So he had a Mac and wasn't really up to the performance capabilities, so he had to resign. And we also unfortunately had to get stuck in a fire escape, but also developer Tate had to resign as well because, well, he had to give up the project because he started school again and he wasn't able to put in sufficient hours each week So he decided to give up the project and focus on his school. But Carlo and Donut are still here working harder than ever. If you guys want to say hi.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on in the community. Because somebody brought it up to me that the Steam discussions, basically the forums on Steam, were getting pretty heated because we hadn't been really keeping people updated on there. And people thought we had just jumped ship on the project because the website was down. But I just need to remind everybody that we have a new website, which is EmergeNYC.com. So if you're trying flipswitchgames.net, I'm in the process of getting that working again. But it was just an issue with the, I don't even know, the SQL or whatever it's called. I'm not even sure. But we're working on getting that back up and running. We mostly had moved to EmergeNYC.com, so be sure to check that out. Oh, also, engine company guys, you have a portable ladder. Many people don't know this, but engine companies do have a portable ladder. If you right click the ladder here, it'll bring it down. All you have to do is press T. You've got this. So let's say you're at a fire, first due, no truck is here yet, you got people out the windows or something, and you need to do a quick rescue. You can pull out your portable ladder. And fail like me. Let me try that again. There you go. We can get back in the bucket if we need a better means of egress. Or we can go back down our ladder. We'll go ahead and bring in the other companies to this box. We also gave engine 49 a new air horn finally because the old one was so short. This one actually lasts about 15 seconds, so it's much better. But yeah, Donut and Carlo, the build seems pretty good so far. I think we could do a release definitely this week. Just got to fix the bugs that are on the task list, and we should be good to go. And I definitely we need to redo the outriggers on 66 because that's what's causing all the issues.
Okay.
I'm more stuff like that. And then I'll do the
As far as the ladder thing where actually the bug that I was following, I thought I had some piece of code that might be causing it, but to be honest, I don't. So I'm gonna work on the bug where ladder sometimes falls through the floor, as the Donut mentioned. Once that's done, I think the ladders are 99% functional. I mean, until someone reports the actual bug and more details, I really don't know how to reproduce it. Daniel gave me to do today. So.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. I think this will be a good update because for starters, performance should be much better, right?
Yeah, performance was one of the main things we focused on this update. And we kind of redid how the whole loading system works in this game. And that's what took the longest, honestly. Besides the portable ladders.
Yeah, had a yeah. But the thing is, like, I notice when I'm working with the game now, how everything is much smoother, and my system is not trying to explode when I'm actually developing the game. So I'm sure people will be thankful for that.
Yep. Another thing we were working on between the testing branch and now was networking everything that's new so that you can use it in multiplayer. But once again, to those of you who lost trust in us when we were quiet on the Steam forums and everywhere else, we were trust me, we've been putting in a lot of hours. We work every day, basically every day, all day. So that's the problem, is we haven't had much time to really stay in touch with the community. I thought I had more moderators and people who could be taking care of that, but I guess they can't do their job as efficiently as I hoped. So I'll be keeping in touch with the community as much as I was a few months ago. We did not abandon the project or jump ship or anything like you guys have been saying, so please keep those rumors away.
It's funny how those rumors started now when we are really working more than ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we weren't working as much when there were 3 or 4 of us.
Yeah.
As much as we do now when it's only Donut and myself.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Oh, we also redid the ladder climbing animation, if you haven't noticed. Okay. Are you guys watching the stream, Donut?
Sorry, what?
Are you guys watching the stream?
Yep.
I just had a bug. You'll see it in a second. Let me show some of the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, you guys may remember in the testing branch you couldn't despawn a vehicle, but for example, if I wanted to clear all of these vehicles here, I could do that by doing that. And there you go. If your game is getting too cluttered and you need to, if you want to respawn your units back at the firehouse without having to drive them back, simple as that, you can just delete them and respawn them. But I'll go ahead and show the police cars. So you can see you can open the doors. This is on all police cars and all ambulances. Oh, I also changed the suspension on the police cars and ambulances so they're not so stiff as they were before. So you'll notice that when you're driving it feels a lot better than it used to. And my game is lagging. Like I said, you can open compartments, look inside ambulances. Fun fact, this building right here is the same one that I stayed in for 3 weeks when I went to New York. So, and I didn't even know until I was there after a few days. I was like, this building looks familiar. I was staying in this apartment right here. Anyways, so there, as you guys can see, there's still bugs. That's why we haven't put the game out. But I feel like we're at the point where once we fix those like 2 or 3 major bugs that you saw, we'll get this out, and that should be within the next few days. What I may do is get this out on the testing branch with multiplayer enabled, so you guys can go ahead and let me know what's broken and what needs to be fixed. and that way we can get a public release ready for this week. We really like. I understand how much we need to get a new update out. It's been almost 2 months now, so. But I just want everybody to keep in mind this is me, Carlo, and Donut at this point. That's it. We lost Tate because he wanted to do more important things in his life, which is school, and we lost Paul because we already mentioned the reasons. Well, he wasn't ever really working on the project. He was about to get started though. But we are looking for new developers. We were like immediately, but at this point we're gonna finish this update, and then once we do that, we're gonna upgrade our Unity to the newest upgrade, and look for a new developer to help out, and go from there. But it's not smart to get a new guy in right before an update because it'll complicate things. So once again, you guys on Steam and everybody who feels like we've been abandoning the project or whatever, it's not. If you guys remember, this map used to just be cubes and it used to be empty. And I'm flying over it now so you can see that basically it's filled out now with buildings. There's streets and stuff we need to detail, and hydrants and parked cars we need to add and all that stuff, but there's a city, guys. It's New York City. It's New York City, guys. So as soon as we get this update out, Donut is working on reintegrating all those Fire Academy video features you saw, the Halligan tool, the K12, the rescuing victims and stuff, into our new character controller. So that's stuff that you'll be able to do in this tech, well, it's not even a tech demo anymore, but in the single and multiplayer scenes. And we want to get Fire Academy single and multiplayer integrated very soon as well, so that you guys can go in there with your friends. If you have really bad performance on this game, you'd still be able to play around in the Fire Academy because it doesn't have to worry about the whole city. So if you got the game and you can't run it and you can't afford to get any new parts to run it, we feel confident that you could still play around in the Fire Academy and, you know, have a good time putting out fires and doing all that stuff. What else do I want to mention? I mean, like, guys, if I had to write a change log right now, it would probably be like 6 pages long, I swear. Like, we've done so many things that I can't even begin to like imagine having to write it all down. But I have to, because I want to make sure people know what we were doing. Just for reference, let me see if I can pull this up. This is where we all write down our tasks and what we're doing. So this is where we write down bugs. So let me put climbing bug on ladder sim 5. I'll look into that. So these are the ones that we still have to do. You can see how many we've completed, and you'll see the dates. So we've been working October 3rd, October 2nd, September 30th, 29th, 28th, 26th, 25th, 24th. We haven't taken a day off besides last weekend. And you'll see every day we've made progress. So I want everybody to see that, because you can load 100 more and you'll see we're not fucking around here, guys.
Yep.
So I'm glad I can actually show people like the tasks and the ones we've completed. And you can load 100 more, and it goes on and on and on. And this is just one task list. This is just a bug fixing task list. So we can go down to the programming and game development ones. You can see. Like, we put in work, and it might not show because we don't keep in touch with the community that much, anymore. Us three. Before it had been like Austin and Simon and our other moderators. And once I had gotten them on board, I felt like I could focus more on the project. But I still think it's imperative that I keep in touch with people on Steam and on the other uh, social media. So I'm just giving you guys a look at behind the scenes, what we're doing, what we need to do, and there's days where this list is like maybe 40 long. So we gotta knock. These are the bugs we need to knock out, and just to show you guys, we're not we haven't abandoned the project. I promise you that, and we're not taking it as a joke or anything. This is our full-time job. Like, we have jobs, and this is our job. So we might not keep in touch that much or keep you guys updated, which is bad, and we are going to change that starting today. But that's just that's just how it goes now. Okay, I finished this. So one thing I can show you guys is Puppet Master, which is a very cool asset, and one of the main things that's been helping us out a lot on in Unity is the asset store, which people will be like, oh, your game is made of assets, but it's better to be here with assets that are, you know, I pay for them. I could either pay somebody to make something from scratch or pay for something that's already done and be a lot quicker. So I'll show you guys what Asset Puppet Master is. It'll really help out the third person controller. Basically it adds ragdoll and physics to your character. So like if you run into something, you could topple over. Sort of like Grand Theft Auto. But
Well, we actually almost never used an asset that we didn't customize and edit.
yeah, we
So,
we always get assets and we have to like modify it and customize it to our needs, but it's usually a template or a base for something that we can use to help the game. I'm not saying everything we use is an asset. That's definitely not the case, but we do use assets. So, and that's a good thing. So if you're interested in becoming a game developer one day, don't be so shied away because you have to make everything from scratch. You can go literally on the asset store and buy everything you need to make your game and just learn, basics or look at how they did it. Um, it really helps out when you start game developing. So I think Unreal Engine as well has it, but Unity is what's up. All right, so what I'll do is I'll look at the chat and I'll answer some questions if you guys want. Let me see it. I shouldn't have done that because there we go. So if you guys want, you can start asking some questions and we can do some Q&A for about 10 minutes. Let me go ahead and read through some of this. Yeah, basically Super Ace Man. That's exactly why we're implementing this. Yeah, you can walk on fire escapes now. We need to go through and refine the physics on them because some of them are too steep for your character to go up automatically. So if you give him a little push with a jump, he'll get up it. But um, we're gonna make it so that he can climb up it eventually without any issues. Yeah, ladders are usable. We're gonna go through all the ladders that are on buildings and fire escapes as well, so you can climb those. Turn signals are on our list right here. Right here. I got started on them, but they turned out to be a little more complicated, and I didn't want to spend too much time on it until it was something on our less important than most of the other stuff. More stations, I don't know. I might add another ladder company to the station near Times Square, maybe another engine, but at that point you have a lot of units and it's going to take a toll on the performance. But there is minimal ladder coverage in that area, so could be possible. AI traffic is important, but it's something that would take so long and require a lot of time. And we feel like we have, decent traffic. It's not the best, obviously, but at this point, it's not a super high priority, but it's something we definitely are going to redo. No, I don't plan on doing other cities. However, my goal in the long run is to finish this game and then work with fire departments if they want to use it as a training simulation. So let's say they come to me and they say, oh, I want to have your EmergeNYC simulation, except I want it to be on my city. So I'll charge them, I'll give them a quote for the time and hours it's going to take to make their trucks to spec, all their equipment to spec and all that stuff. And I don't know if that'll be a public thing or how it's going to work, but it all depends. That's where I see my future business going. I don't see myself making other games and stuff. Yeah, I could do that, Jack Driver. It'd be cool in case you wanted to relocate units. Any idea what could happen if several firefighters go down? Well, that's what the fast truck is for. You gotta go in and get them. Can't leave the brothers behind. Ladder 68. I already showed you guys what 68 looked like. No, you have to be in the character that you're going to be on that truck. So if you want to ride on 75, you have to be either position on that truck. Otherwise, it won't let you get in the truck. Yeah, you can look in first person on those vehicles, but it's not like the fire trucks. It's more outside of the windshield, so I'll show you real quick. Let me spawn a character. I think my game froze. Maybe not, I don't know. Gotta look into that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put this build up for testing today. I have a soccer game in like 3 hours, but I should have it up by then. There are police characters. I haven't made any EMS characters yet though. So, would you die if you fell? Like, would you die if you were burned? Yeah, you don't die right now if you fall off a building, but we're gonna add injury and all that stuff. Probably around the same time that we add EMS, so that you can treat each other if anything happens. Spare rigs. What we're gonna do with that is, when we have the time, we're gonna have different variations of all the trucks. So with each update, we're just gonna switch out those variations. So sometimes you'll have a spare in an update. Sometimes you'll have the real rig, stuff like that. And we do want to have like a DLC someday in the future with like the old Mack trucks. What do you mean more options for the battalion? There is squad and rescue, which are special units, but we don't see having any other special units unless we see fit. Yeah, there's gonna be things you can do in the firehouse, like sit in chairs, like watch TV, and like clean. Not I don't know about cleaning the rig. Maybe that'd be cool. Like spraying it with the hose, and then it has like a dirt texture or something, and then it goes. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of ideas. Um, yeah, there will be water rescues. I don't know if you guys could see, but there is water in the map now. So my game crashed, so I gotta look into that. Let me add that as a game crash when spawning PD character. So I think what I'll do is I'll just stay on live stream while I work on some of these bugs. You guys can choose to stay or not, but this way people kind of can see that we're making progress. And
Yeah, cool.
I want to go through some of these Steam. I don't blame them honestly, because it did seem like we just disappeared because we hadn't said much. But it's because we were working so much.
Yeah. You can only do so much in a day.
Yeah, exactly. And like when you work at home every day.
Maybe we should make our bug tracking like publicly viewable so people can see what we're doing, what we're working on.
Yeah. As also you guys can see on the top of my screen, I have 641, 582 new comments. So when you see that and you have a ton of work to do, it's not exactly the first thing you want to do is like read through all of it. Because just to read through these 4 pages would probably take me 10 minutes. And that's time that I could be making progress on the game, but I'm trying to reply on this stuff. Donut. Or Carlo, did you see that bug with the when I was climbing the ladder and I got to the top and he like
Yeah, I can check that tomorrow if you want. I don't think I have anything else to do anyways. That's a priority.
all right, I'll probably figure it out by then honestly. I'm going to look
Okay.
into it right now.
I mean, I'm here for like 40 minutes more and then I'll probably be on later tonight. Not sure yet, but
I'll try tonight.
tomorrow I'll be able to do lots of things. And Donut uh,
Oh,
I don't know what the pronunciation is, man. The freaking outriggers bug. So I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I
all
should
good.
be the one who solved the climbing thing.
But
Hmm.
I'm still gonna be on for a couple more hours, but I won't be able to stay up late because I woke up at 6 a.m. today. So
Yeah, my mom comes back tonight and I have the soccer game and then my girlfriend's birthday is tomorrow. But I'm taking her to the soccer game tonight, but I'll be on,
wow.
but I don't know if it's going to be like the 24 hours I was before.
Okay, cool. As long as you put everything on teamwork, I can, like, I think I'll be pretty available tomorrow.
10 for what? Table flip gaming. I don't get your question. There's only 5 firehouses in the game, and there's like 60 in Manhattan alone, so. Can you make like subsections on the Steam? Oh, here we go. General discussions. How do you make a new... Here we go. So I'll do bug reports. I'll do suggestions.
I have my feelings about you. Really not.
Here we go.
I need it to be this. I could, well, thought about that. No, I know about parking. I have thought about that. It's just there's only 2 boys in that class. There's people in that class who don't like crack out professional or friends. Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's one good thing with the library. That's actually the first time, like,
Alright, guys. So, we've got different subforms on Steam now, thanks to Riley for helping me out with that.
I have barber once a week though.
Actually, guys, what I'm going to do right now is end the stream so I can film this Fire Academy video and get it up. And yeah, I'll show the oh well, it's not here right now. Let me just test this ladder 75 bug real quick.
really? Oh, that's fabulous. That's great.
The one
Actually,
that you brought.
I don't know if she's gonna move the time.
pedestrians, I really want to add them. I just got to see. We're going to have to make logic for them so they can move out of the way of trucks and things like that and traffics. So it can be simple, but it can also be very, very complex. Yeah, I'll reintegrate the Old World Trade Center, like I said in the task. I made one today because I noticed I couldn't find it.
Now, also, did you say we have like really smooth like movement for the characters?
Oh yeah. So one thing that Carlo did was in multiplayer you'd see that you kind of like stuttered across when you were walking, but now it's a lot smoother. It actually looks like single player. So.
Yep.
So that's another thing that's been done. You'll notice the new things once you guys test it out. But let me end the stream so I can film this Fire Academy video. And it'll include the portable ladders and the fire alarms, just so I can show people that if they don't want to watch this whole video. And from there I will keep working on bugs and things like that. Customized bunker gear. Oh, I don't know if you guys could notice, but each firefighter that I spawned had different names on their gear. That was just a temporary thing. I want to eventually make it so when you spawn a character, you can type a name on their jacket, and that'd be pretty cool. But once again, that's something that takes time, so we're trying to prioritize the...
That shouldn't be too hard, to be honest, because we can have like a space in the texture map where like we just replace that with like another text in the texture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not as hard, but it's not as simple too. So we should check out how it's done.
Yeah.
I'm
Shouldn't be
like,
more than a couple hours. Is you either you either have a decal for it, like just have a decal, or you can just like put it in the texture.
yeah, but how do you convert the text to texture? Like
That's pretty
if
simple. There's libraries like free open source the C# libraries for that.
yeah, I mean, I know it's simple. I'm just saying that
You
that's
just
the only thing preventing it, right?
no, it's pretty
Yeah,
simple. I did it
yeah.
before. So you just
I've
send
done
in.
that in like, I don't know, I've done it in ActionScript. So it's nothing
Yeah,
like
this
it
stream
does it
will be
straight
archived, guys,
nuts.
so you can watch it once it's done processing or whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and film this Fire Academy video.
Hey, did you mention those? That was a cool addition. The lights that become bigger, smaller. I don't know if
When you
that's in the
zoom in and
current.
out.
When the lights can be seen from far away, basically now,
No,
right?
I had to scrap that because it was completely fucked, remember?
Oh, I still
We
have
spent
it
so
in
much
the.
time on that and then it didn't work. Because they would be decentered or I don't know.
But
It had a lot
I
of
fixed
issues.
that in the end.
No, it didn't work.
Oh, okay. But we should
We'll go
we
back
should
to
do
it.
some. Yeah, go back to it.
It was I was trying to get that testing branch out and that was a major issue.
Oh right, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, okay. But
I
we'll get
mean,
it
I
on.
guess there's other ways to do it. I guess. I mean,
Yeah, I think we should look at another way.
Yeah.
the shaded one was like the cheapest, fastest way to do it.
We
Like
can
for me.
simply do it through a script. Like we can
Yeah,
actually scale things
yeah,
up.
yeah. That was like if you don't have
Because
like
there are not there's not so many cars in the game. Like at one point, it's always less than, I don't know, 50 vehicles. We don't even have 50 fire trucks, right? So
Alright, everybody. I'm going to end the stream so I can get this Fire Academy video going. And then I will try to get this build up if we can fix these quick issues. And I've got about... I got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours before I have to leave, so I should have enough time to do that. But that will be on the testing branch, so if you're not in the testing branch, be sure to go do that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys feel a lot better about our progress and the development of the game and more understanding. And we are going to work on the communication, definitely, because we don't want to have any negative feedback when it comes to that. Because we used to be really good with it. That was one of our better traits.
did you end the stream?
No, I'm about to right now. Alright guys, thanks for watching.